Hello all, today I am going to write the code for web server log analysis. It is a Python take home assessment. So this is a doc provided by the for a hiring process. So you have to download this URL and then from it we got some data like in log file. So what we have to do, data loading and cleaning, and then download and load data, and then data cleaning. After that we have to extract file extensions, handle missing or malformed data entries. So after that we have some questions, we have to find answers by writing a code. Okay, so I already wrote the code in Google Colab as because I can't download these link. Yeah, I know the link will not be downloaded, so I write these in Google Colab. I'm going to zoom it so you guys can easily see it. Okay, so what I do first, opening a new notebook in a Google Colab. After that, here for URL I am importing URL library.request and giving object as some file I am giving, and in that I am storing these data, and I am writing these line so that the file can download successfully. Then if it downloads successfully, I give an instruction that print download successfully. What it gives me, download successfully. See, I am running this code before you. So now next we have to clean what is here. We have to clean and clear and extract all the data from the file. So for that I wrote this code. What I wrote, import gzip. What this will do, this will open and read the files. After that I use import pandas as pd. This will do, this will use it to store and manage data in a table format. Okay, so after that I use re. It means importing this means it will helps me to find the text easily from the file. After that I am importing date time. I used here from date time. Why I used this here? Because so that there should not be any other confusion. If we use this module, then we do not have any other confusion. Okay, next what this file is, this file is downloaded file. Okay, so what I do, I shortcut this download file as do file, and I wrote a function. I am creating a function naming it as parse line. Okay, and now I have to extract data from the file. Plus I don't know how many lines and text or numbers there, so I am using this pattern. What pattern it is? This will take first uh, one one input, this will take, and after two it will loop, and again it will take some date or time, like this will take, this pattern will take. And I wrote this line next. This will do, it will match. Now I am checking the line is matching with the file or not. If it's match, then first the first output, what will be there, we call it as host, and then timestamp. Here I use timestamp str. I am using str here because I don't know what exactly the file contains. If I use str code, this code will be changed correctly. even if there is something wrong, this string will change the code correctly. Next, I used here request. What this will do, I am using this because it will ask for the method, file name, etc. Okay, so like method, file name, or protocol, or anything. After that, status, what this will give output of the browser, like 200 or 400 error. That's how we got in a browser when we search for something. Later, I used byte string. What this will do, this will show the size of data sent by the server as text, and I returned it into a number so I can do math or comparisons with it later. After that, bytes value, if there are digits then okay, if not size is 0. See, if there are digits then okay, otherwise the size will be 0. After that, I use this line, timestamp datetime dot str timestamp timestamp string, and this line, what this line is, this is date, month, year, hour, minute, second, and time zone. Okay, after that, I am using here in next line, I am using here none and none. In any log line, there will be method, file name, and protocol. There will be 3 parts. If in our file, if there are no 3 parts exist, then the code will be breakdown. So if we use none and none or anything else like this will, what this will make, this will make our code like it should not break. Okay, and now I am using return to send all these values, host, timestamp, method, file name, protocol, status, bytes, because we need them. See, because we need them to answer the questions. Okay, and later I use here data and a empty list for a empty list, and I open a gz file. Here I wrote encoding equal to Latin 1. What this will mean, this will helps us to handle the special characters easily without any errors. And I wrote this code for a parsed line. If parsed, then data dot append parsed. So in a data frame df, I stored all these values, and see. So totally I wrote this code, and I'm going to run this. What this will give me, these all things it will give me. See, host, timestamp, method, file name, protocol, and bytes, everything from here I got the output. Okay, now let's start the answering questions. What is the first question? Count of total log records. What it is asked for, to count how many HTTP requests are present in the log file. Each line in the log file represents one request, that is one log record. Okay, so I wrote this code. What code I wrote? Total logs equal to length df. What is df? This is a data frame. From this data frame only we got the data. Okay, so length df, what this will do, count how many rows are present, and what total logs will give me, the total records the log file have. Okay, so I got this output here. I'm running this code before you, so yeah, I got this output here. And next, unique host. See, the next question is unique host. What this question means, find how many different people or systems or hosts accessed the server. Each host is represented by a unique IP address or domain name in the logs. Okay, so see, now I am going to write a code for this. What I did, df host means data frame host, and .n unique. Why I use this? This will count how many unique values are there in that column, and I stored these data in unique host. And what I asked to print it, that unique host. What it prints, unique host. See, I am running this code before you. Unique host, these are equal to 2. There are 2 unique hosts in the log file. And coming to third question, data wise unique file name counts. So what is asked for each date how many different files were requested, like how many unique pages, images or etc. were accessed each day. So here what I do, pd.toDateTime, make sure the timestamp is in the datetime format, not as in the string. Okay, so after that I get this in the format of date, month and year, and I group this and I add n unique, this will count unique files, and I add to dict, this one dictionary, which will convert the output to a dictionary format, and I ask to print these unique files per date. Okay, so what this will print me, I'm running this code and this will give me okay. See, I got this output. Let's compare this with the example. See, 1 July 1995 123, and see our output 1 August 1995 684. So yeah, our output is correct in my view. Okay, next fourth question, number of 404 response codes. For this I wrote count 404 as a object, and then data frame statuses in data frame status equal to 404. I use here sum. Why I use here sum? Because 404 values will, like in the binary numbers like 0 and 1, so this will count how many are there, and this will print count 404 data. See, there are 23,586 404 response code. I am running this code. See, let's compare this with the example. Yeah, so this is correct. And the next question is fifth question, top 15 file names with 404 responses. Find the 15 most requested URLs that resulted in a 404 error sorted by frequency. So yeah, here errors 404. What I am doing, df data frame, in data frame status 404, top 404 files equal to errors of 404, and then count those values, like how many times, 15 times. So after the result I am storing that in a result list of top 4. See, this one in this result queue file, and I am printing this result queue file. So what I got, the output is this. Let's check these output with the example. I think it's quite similar and but not the same. Okay, so but yeah, it is quite similar but not same. Okay, so go to next question. Top 15 file extensions with 404 responses. What this is asking for? Identify the file extensions like HTML, JPG that caused the most 404 errors. And I write this code in data frame extension, in data frame file name, string.split, string -1. What I want, I stored this in a top 15 404 extension, and I count value counts 15 times, and I stored these in this line, and I asked to print the list, and it gives me the output as HTML some number. Let's see with the example, compare with the example. Yeah, this is correct. I think our output is correct. Okay, so next, 7th question. Total bandwidth transferred per day for July 1995. This says some number, like some particular date. So okay, what I wrote the code for this is converts the timestamp column to proper datetime format. This is required to extract parts like date or hour, and I wrote this because date, month and year. Extract only the date part like 1 July 1995, as this is asked in a question, and then I grouped it and by the same date and adds up the byte sent on the date. I write this code and I got this output. Let's compare this output with the example. So I think this is also the same, so we got the correct output. And next question, hourly request distribution. So here also I am taking df timestamp because this is in time, date in hour, and then data frame in hour, and this will counts, and this will sort index, and this will store into a dictionary. And I am going to run this code, and I got this output. Compare this with the original example. I think it is different output I got, but I got something for my code. Let's go to 9th question. Top 10 most requested file names. Top 10 file names. As usually, this is very simple. Like in data frame, I have to search for file name, I have to count, and how many times I need 10 times. So I just ask to print those top 10 files in a list, and it gives me this output. Okay, now I'm comparing this with the example. This is exactly same output I got. And now 10th question, HTTP response code distribution. Response code distribution, same. I'm asking for a status in a data frame, and I count those values and to store in a dictionary, and I ask to print these line, and I got this output. I'm running this code. Okay, so I got the link SS. I got the same output. So now what we have to do, we have to download this file. We got this. Yeah, we are done with this. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.